At the end of round one, I had been completely iced out of every single conversation. Coming into round two, Brian immediately reached out to me. I wasn't a part of any group, so
that's a shame.
I have JU reaching out to me, and I mean, I plan to just because you reached out to me, like, I want to protect you.
Sean seemed kind of vulnerable. Sean seemed like he was very self-effacing, didn't really have a whole lot of confidence in himself. I got like a good, like Sean knows what he's doing. He's like, solid. Yeah.
I have no one else to be loyal to. So at this point, I see Brian as my ride or die.
I immediately messaged CJ. Before we go into the other group, are we still good? CJ was in our core four when we started, and we kind of just gravitated towards each other.
Oh, absolutely. I wrote all my literally ride or die, final two. If she and I were to work together, at least for the first half of the game, we could probably control the majority of the game. Period.
Okay, ride or die, final. Okay.
After my chat with Gabby, we decided that we're going to jump into our group chat, our 7-person alliance, and continue moving forward with that and see what the plan is for this round.
I feel secure with my alliance. 7 numbers and a 17-person cast is pretty good.
I just want to be safe tonight.
I know.
Handle it again.
Well, I think it helps having our alliance.
That's a really big voting block. So if we continue to work together, we can really have a lot of sway in this game.
I love all the people in this group, but I feel very much like I lucked into an alliance at this point, and I'll do anything to continue making this alliance work for me.
I mean, there's always random stuff that could happen, but yeah, I think we're in a good spot. After round one, I was super excited to be in alliance with them, but then I was also a little nervous about where that left Sean. So I know we don't have the full group here, but I did want to see if you guys would be okay with adding someone else to our alliance. I would really love to bring Sean into this, and I think right now I don't think it would hurt to have another number on our side.
I voted Sean out last round. His name was on my keyboard.
I'm a little confused because I didn't know that Sarah Beth had an alliance or a relationship with Sean at all.
I don't have a problem with that. We did just all vote for Sean, though.
So, I do pick up on some hesitation, which I get.
My only question is, if he does have another group that he'd because I'd like to keep our alliance on the down low.
Same.
So, me too.
Yeah.
I was okay with the conversation because even if he wasn't in our alliance, I think my alliance at least knew that I did not want to target him, and it kind of keeps him a bit safe for a little bit.
And speaking of alliance, I kind of came up with a name that I wanted to suggest and see what you guys thought. I had decided that it was important to throw out an alliance name to make people feel more comfortable and make it feel more set in stone. What about the 7 wonders? There's 7 wonders of the world. There's 7 of us.
Yeah, you're right. The 7 wonders. I liked it. We were all like, oh, sounds great.
I wonder if Henry is going to join.
This round, I want to lock things in with my alliance, make sure we're all really connected and tight, but I also want to branch out, talk to more people.
I didn't get to talk to you guys, so I wanted to say hi, and also, if you don't think it's weird, zodiac signs?
I do see that my alliance that I formed at the end of last round did meet before the round, and I was not there. So I do want to check in with them as soon as possible to make sure that I'm not falling behind.
Fight!
Congratulations everyone on surviving the first elimination of the season and making it to day 3. You all passed the first of many tests to come, but it's only going to get more difficult as tonight, 2 of you will be taking your flight from the competition. That's right, we will be having our first double elimination of the season.
I was not expecting this double elimination to happen so soon. I knew it would happen eventually, but I was just not ready for it.
I am already afraid coming into this round that I am going to be the one eliminated, and now my chances of being eliminated just doubled.
That ease that I had because of my alliance prior, immediately gone.
Tonight's fight or flight choice is compete or campaign, and here's how it'll work. Both eliminations will be completely independent from one another. The first will be determined by a competition and the other by a vote. It will be left up to you which round you will be a part of. To help in making your decision, the competition will be a puzzle in which the player with the slowest time will be eliminated from the game. So the choice is yours. Would you rather compete relying on your puzzle-solving skills or campaign for yourself in an elimination vote?
What makes me really nervous about this decision is the opportunity for our alliance to get split up. Because I know we can dominate a vote if we're all together, but if we're split and multiple people are doing puzzle and multiple people are doing campaign, we don't have the numbers as tight as I'd like them to be.
I know I was left out of the vote last round, and so being able to take this puzzle, which I know I'm really good at, and guarantee my safety is perfect for me.
This will be a live decision, meaning you will not have time to deliberate and strategize. I will ask you to make your decision momentarily.
So with that being said, hello again, players.
Come on, this asshole again.
I bet you're all wondering what I plan to do with the votes from last round. It was very interesting learning how each of you voted, but don't worry, your secrets are safe with me. However, I will share with you the vote count. 3 players only received 1 vote. 1 player received 5 votes, and the last player received 8 votes, making the vote 8 to 5 to 1 to 1 to 1. I hope that information is useful.
I immediately know I'm either the person who got 5 votes or 8 votes, just based on how out of the loop I am.
I feel pretty confident that I only got 1 vote.
I maybe only received 1 vote.
I wanted to believe that I was one of the people who only got 1 vote. At the same time, there's a part of me that's thinking maybe I did get those 8 votes.
As for tonight, why don't we make this twist a little bit more interesting? For the round, I've decided to stack the odds in my favor by making 2 players fight or flight choices for them. This means for 2 of you, you'll have no say in which round you play.
I'm shaking in my boots after finding out that people are being voluntold for something. I swear to God, I will do something so dramatic and so drastic if I'm chosen for the puzzle.
I suck at puzzles, and if this damn rogue knows I suck at puzzles, he's gonna force me to do it, and I'm going to go home. I'm like, am I going to be the second one out this door?
I'm sure you're dying to know what I've decided, so I won't make you wait any longer. The players I have chosen to target are Sabrina and Sean. Sabrina, you will be competing in the puzzle, and Sean, you will be campaigning in the vote. Let's see how that changes things up. See you again soon.
I'm absolutely pissed. Clearly, politicking is not my strong suit. I am already been left out of 1 vote. I am not confident that I'll be able to survive a second vote. I was going to do the puzzle. I'm really good at puzzles, so I was super confident that I was going to be able to survive, and now I'm not so much.
I am not surprised that Sean was targeted at all. He seemed like he was a target in the first round, so it seems like he would be the perfect scapegoat in the second round.
The rogue probably thought Sean would really struggle in that social game and would be a bigger target than whoever the rogue is.
It makes me think that maybe the rogue's on my side. Maybe the rogue wants me to pick campaign to get Sean out of here today.
I was leaning towards doing the puzzle too, so fuck you, rogue. You made my choice that I was gonna make. Fuck you, rogue. That's what I was gonna pick, basically. I mean, that was my instinct. I was debating, but you put me where I would have chosen.
This is someone that I consider like a really, really close tie early on in the game. And if she goes home because her puzzle time is slow, I'll lose it. I'll lose it.
Sabrina mentions that she was going to choose puzzle anyway, and I'm thinking, well, maybe to divert suspicion, Sabrina could be the rogue herself.
Well, Sabrina, please turn your camera off, and Sean, please leave your camera on throughout the countdown. If you want to participate in the vote, you are going to keep your cameras on. If you want to play in the competition, you will turn your cameras off. By the time we reach 0, your decision will be locked in. Is everyone ready?
I know I have to campaign. I talk a lot. I know how to use my mouth, so I'm gonna campaign.
Let's get started.
I feel very confident about competing, and I'm generally thinking that a lot of people are going to choose this compete option because all you got to do is just not come in last.
I'm good at puzzles. I do puzzles a lot in my spare time.
Especially knowing that I got votes in the first night, I'm just anxious to be putting myself back in that position, and I kind of want to do whatever I can to avoid being up for a vote.
I noticed that Henry and Jess turn off their cameras, and I'm literally like, fuck.
We were guaranteed safety with those numbers, and now that they have decided to bounce and worry about themselves, the rest of us have to fend for ourselves and hope that the 5 of us can guarantee enough votes to keep us safe.
I'm rattled right now, and I'm scared because only 4 people turn their cameras off, and that's a 50% chance that an ally goes home.
The time is ticking, and everyone's looking around, and no one is turning their camera off.
Are these people not good at puzzles? Like, come on, join our side, please, I'm begging.
Maybe I could do well in the puzzle, but I don't want to overestimate my abilities, and I don't want to neglect anyone who might be an actual good puzzle person here.
We have no idea what it looks like. It could be the hardest shit in the world.
Given in the first round that Sean was a target, I feel pretty safe considering that he is also campaigning to stay in the game.
I'm trying to just like communicate with my eyes, like no one else in my alliance, turn off your camera. We have the numbers. There's so many people still on the screen. And the only way I think of showing that is just like taking my hands off of my keyboard. Just to show I am not turning my camera off. I'm going to campaign. And then Luke puts his hands up and I'm like, this is the best case scenario. Now Luke has shifted my little risky move onto himself. So people are going to start noticing that maybe Luke is a target for this week.
Your choices are now locked. Those left on camera will be campaigning tonight.
A lot of people chose the vote option too, and I am happy about that because, of course, that means that my chances of going home are much less.
I feel confident in a vote. I feel confident even if my name comes up, I can get myself out of it.
I'm gonna get easily lost in this. I can just kind of blend in and not really stick out.
Voters, you can now go deliberate and decide who you will be eliminating. Your deliberation time will go until the competition is over. As a reminder, you can only speak with other voters. As for the rest of you, you have chosen to take fate into your own hands. So let's get right into this all or nothing competition. As I stated before, you will need to solve a puzzle as fast as you can. The person who completes the puzzle in the slowest amount of time will be eliminated.
So the puzzle pops up and I'm not going to worry about how long I'm taking. It's going to take the time that it takes, and I'm hoping that's going to be fast enough. I'm filtering through the corner pieces. I'm trying to collect things in areas so that it's not in the way. I'm getting the edges. I feel that I'm making good time, and I'm filling it in area by area. I struggle a bit in the middle. I'm slowing down, and I'm feeling the pressure. I feel like I didn't breathe the whole time doing the puzzle. I was lasered in. I get the last piece. I'm trying to figure out if that's average or if it's better than average, but I hope that I've made it.
I don't think I've ever been so scared to do a puzzle. Actually, I'm pretty positive I've never been so scared to do a puzzle.
This is supposed to be relaxing.
I'm feeling like I don't know how to use my mouse pad. I'm feeling like, oh, I should have plugged in a real mouse because maybe I'd be faster that way. Dragging these little pieces is taking more time than it should be taking. The fact that I have no idea how long it's taking everyone else, it feels like I'm really psyching myself out here. So I'm feeling pretty terrified.
Where do you go? You go here. Okay.
I'm just like scrambling to go as fast as I can. I feel like I'm just making all of these little mistakes and then kicking myself and then making more mistakes. When I'm at the point where I just have a few pieces left, I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm moving my last few pieces over. I make like one last second mistake, and that's like really frustrating me because I feel like every moment counts. But when I finally click in that last piece, I just like breathe a huge sigh of relief and I'm like, okay, whatever, like it's done.
All right, let's do this. Even though there's only 4 people on the puzzle side, I do feel pretty confident with the 4 people that are here. I feel like if Sabrina and I can get out of this, I think it's going to be pretty advantageous to my game. Oh boy. I know I have to be cool, calm, and collected, but also I got to be as fast as possible. All right, I'm feeling good so far here. Where's my last edge though? Am I blind? I'm definitely blind somewhere. There we go. Okay. I feel like I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm sliding in puzzles very quickly. It feels like it's coming together, and at this point, I feel like I'm pretty solid. All right, let's go. All right, we're good. All right, someone's got to be slower than this, right? When I finish the puzzle, I feel fairly confident that at least one person is going to be slower than me, but, you know, there's only 4 people in the competition, so there's always a little bit of doubt, but I just got to hope.
I'm so excited once I see the puzzle because I have done these stupid drag and drop jigsaw puzzles days on end for the past like 8 years just on my computer like puttering around. I know immediately, I'm starting with the border of the puzzle. It's just what you do. I feel like all of the stress of making the decision to do the puzzle and to compete instead of campaign is sort of coming out of my body all at once in that moment.
My thing is, I think I definitely could have survived a vote tonight. Why was I so hell-bent on doing the puzzle?
Of course I'm freaking the hell out because who wouldn't? You're fighting for your life doing the puzzle. But I don't know. I just feel like I have this in the bag. I don't think I'm the one going home.
That goes there. This is the top piece. The edge pieces sometimes in these are tricky.
I'm finishing the puzzle. I only have 2 pieces left.
1 and 2. Done.
I killed this. I smoked these other 3.
My heart is beating so fast. Thank you. Oh, God.
Once I finish the puzzle and I'm waiting for the results, all I can think about is what is happening with the campaign group and what I'm missing out on.
First of all, I really hope to God that Henry and Jess make it out.
2 people in our alliance did choose the puzzle, so we're a little short on people. We only have 5 of us, not our full 7. But that still gives us a good amount of numbers.
So do you guys want to all vote together? Is that?
I think we should just kind of go through something, like talk about it.
We decide we need to be a voting block and we need to get some other people to be in our voting block for this round. Because if by chance there is another alliance and it's everyone else remaining, we do not have the numbers. Who's up for nomination?
Lou, Mead, Riot,
Weston, and Brian.
I
know. I really want to vote.
I would rather
That's true.
Weston talked about one of their family members passing away at the beginning of this round, so I'm kind of like, I feel like that's off limits. We're not going to do that. That'd be so rude.
Honestly, I feel like shit this round. My great aunt just died, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
I want to make sure that you know in general that I'm definitely here for you, girl. I honestly understand what's going on.
Riot, I can tell, is a genuine person. They have my back.
I just really hope, like, in general, that it all, like, everything goes well for you.
I can tell that Riot and me could go far in this game if we can just get numbers on our side.
Bye.
Bye. Brittany stands forever.
This round, I'm trying to build my social game. I really want to create the bedrock that the rest of my game is going to be built on. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to vote you out just off jump. I like you, and I think we're cool.
Mead is someone that from the first moment I got really good vibes from and felt like they were playing sort of similarly to me, kind of in the middle, but definitely I can tell that there are a lot of wheels turning.
You're not on my radar. I'm not voting for you for any reason. So I think we're chilling. I'm glad we have a mutual understanding. I felt something. I felt sparks of a possible relationship. What's up, Ivan?
Hi, Mead. Hi, Brian. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. I know that me, Brian, and Ivan are a little trio, and I feel cool talking to them.
Luke seems like a big social threat. Like, he seems like he's very, like, you know, on the charm offensive and trying to get in good with everybody. I'm just thinking this is going to be a guy that's going to be hard to get rid of down the line.
I talk a lot. If you talk more than me, there is a problem. So my brain is, let's get Luke out.
I actually wanted to work with you last time. I just didn't get a chance to invite you because I still don't know how to do that.
I am really surprised because people are already reaching out to me, and this is completely different from round one. Yeah, no, I was freaking out because I didn't have anyone added on Skype, and then no one was adding me to conversations, so I was like just completely in the dark. Then I'm interrupted by another Skype call, and I tell Luke I will go into the call and then bring him in. I'm going to invite someone.
Sean, which one to invite?
I was going to invite Luke. I was just talking to him.
Oh, that's might be a bit of a problem. We're trying to organize a vote against Luke.
Oh, okay. I like both Brian and Luke. They're my two closest allies, so I don't want either of them to go.
We were just thinking Luke might be a good first vote, like a good strategic vote, since he seems to be like getting in the ends with everybody and might be harder to unseat like later on.
Then people just start coming into the group. I don't know enough about Skype to know who invited everybody, but all of a sudden, here comes Brian. Here comes CJ.
How does everyone really feel about Luke? Is anyone against voting Luke?
I have a connection with him, but I also feel like every single other person has a connection with him. So I don't know how real.
And that's the damn thing.
Social traits. Sean, that's what they call social traits.
Exactly. Right now, I don't have numbers. And so there are a lot of people working with Brian and no one working with Luke. So I need to work with Brian.
I was so nervous that I would really have to like sell and lobby on this. Everyone seems chill. Everyone seems with the idea. I'm shocked that I really didn't have to push that hard.
He's been the one main person who is constantly in the conversation. I don't know how I feel about this call. I mean, it's 6 men immediately put into the same room, and that's definitely not how I see my game moving forward.
Right. If we all 6 of us voted Luke, would that...
We need 7. We need 7.
Yeah, 7?
I am getting like different calls during this. It's a little overwhelming. But the next group I jump to is one called The Crew.
Immediately I'm welcomed into this chat. I can tell that it's already been going on, so I'm confused, but I don't care. I'm in it. I'm with a lot of people. We have numbers, and I love to see that.
I don't even really know who's in this, but I just jump right in. And the moment I jump in, I just hear Brian saying,
so we're organizing a vote against Luke. He's just just way too much of a social threat at this point. And I think it would serve us all better to play with people that are less likable.
I sort of disagree with that. I mean, that's someone that I feel could be an easy, vote for me. It would not be great for my game if he went home, but also it's not that solid of a connection, and it's kind of a spicy, like, all right, let's send him home. I'm in.
Sarah Beth, what do you guys think?
I'm very much put on the spot. Well, I just jumped right in right when Luke's name was shared, but he's one person I haven't yet connected with. So because of that, I don't have strong feelings to keep him. But if people felt really strongly about him to try to defend him, then, I could be persuaded otherwise. I'm indifferent about voting for Luke, so I could be on board with that.
There's 8 people here right now, and if we all just kind of say, yes, this is what we do, then it's a done deal.
I'm rocking with the Luke vote. I think it's a good idea.
It looks like a done deal. Luke is going on. Sorry, Luke.
Nothing can really compete with this.
I wanted to talk to the girls that are in this campaign round just to see where their minds are at and kind of start forming some kind of alliance that I can have on top of my other alliance.
I definitely want the girls to stay strong together.
Live it, laugh it, love it immediately.
This is off topic, but I'm pretty sure I matched with Brian on Hinge, and I don't really want to deal with that. So I'd be get out.
Maybe that's a good enough reason.
I cannot find his name in my Hinge, but in my heart we matched on Hinge or Tinder, something. I actually haven't talked to him on here either. I don't really remember if we matched, but he looked really familiar, and I think it was from Hinge. I honestly would rather not deal with that, so I'm fine with targeting him this week.
Do you guys want to say, as of now, we'll vote for Brian, and we can check in with some other people and see if they would move that way?
Brian was kind of leading the charge in the crew group, and he had some people that just felt like they were really rallying behind him, and it seemed like he had a lot of power.
let's just say Brian until some new information comes up. So we'll just talk around, and if it changes, we'll tell each other.
I'm on the same page in that, like, I also want to, like, I'll just go majority. You know what I mean? I'm coming off of a call with Brian. What are the odds that I kind of join in on this blindside, if you will, and go Team Brian? Let's kick him out.
There was just an 8-person group chat that I was in, and they kind of all agreed to do Luke. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm falling for this plan, only because the people that were in there, they were so adamant about pushing in a certain way, and I'm starting to see them as a clique already. And
who?
Brian, Ivan, Mead, and Sean were in the group chat. They invited me and Bryce, and it was the 6 of us.
All men? I'm stressed about that group only because the first 5 they started off with were men. Like, and I'm not saying
That's
like
what I thought.
Like, yeah, and
They
I'm
only
just
brought
saying,
the girls in when they said they needed the extra votes to guarantee it.
giving not okay. In most of these kinds of competition shows, I see women consistently voted out because of male alliances. So no, I do not want to see a male alliance forming, and I don't want a man to win this game. I'm sorry, Zach, you slayed last season, but it is not that time anymore.
And they're like, let's do Luke. So me and Bryce were like, oh yeah, we'll do Luke.
I already decided in my heart that Luke should not be going home tonight. He is not a threat to my game or to any of my alliance's game. But clearly, this is the perfect opportunity to flip the vote and blindside the leader of that group, which is Brian. Ugh, I fucking matched with him on
Oh, really? I actually want him out. I think he's the next one I would
want him out. Great, Brian.
I think we should go after him now. Come to the conclusion that he needs to go and that we need to get our alliance on board.
What if we voted Brian just so we can split that vote?
Brian is a huge threat. Brian is more of a threat because Brian is bringing people together, whereas Luke is by himself. Like, why would I get rid of somebody who's already so easily a target when I have the numbers to influence a different decision?
I do want to go with my main alliance. That's the decision I know for sure.
He could just be someone that's really like easier to get out later, whereas Brian is like starting calls, starting alliances. I'm not included in any of his alliances. He's playing really hard and he's not playing with me. So bye.
Like he's gonna be like, what?
Brian's gonna be shook.
I'm gonna be shook. Yeah. Goodbye, Brian.
I've actually been wanting to talk to you for a while. I'm excited to meet Raya. She has the Black Lives Matter logo on her background, and I'm all for it. Black Lives Matter all day, all night. So I'm excited to talk to her.
I really also wanted to talk to you in general because I think that you're someone that I definitely saw in the call, and I was like, you know what? I really think that we would be a duo in this game, and I saw it. I really sensed a lot of good energy from him.
We're like brothers and sisters at this point.
Going forward in this game, I'm definitely going to have your back, period.
I have your back in this game as well, and if I hear your name, I'm calling you straight up. Girl, you're in danger.
I feel like it's so important for us to just know that we have each other, period.
I wanted to know what you were thinking for the vote right now. I think it's very important that Brian leaves at this vote. So I tell her immediately, I'm like, I'm leaning Brian right now, and I think that there's votes there.
Ultimately, you know, I want to be on the right side of the vote, and I want to be part of that majority, and I want to be able to point to that later on.
And the reason being, before you were added to that call, like the crew,
yeah,
it was 6 guys. And then they're like, oh, we need another vote. And then you and Sarah Beth were added.
Perfect. Okay.
I let Emily know that, and I feel like it might have changed her mind. So I'm really hoping at this point that it has, and we can get the votes to get Brian out of here.
I've got to vote Brian. Like, this is such a good thing for my resume, and if I can keep it under wraps, and if my sort of crew allegiance, if they're not aware that I'm part of this vote too, like, I'm sitting pretty. I'm golden.
Are you guys having a fun round 2?
I was told Weston was throwing my name under the bus, so...
Weston brought up your name in one of the meetings I had with him.
John, do you have any idea, like, who the rogue is? Like, based on, like, him selecting you? Like, do you have any suspicion?
I'm not willing to tell anyone this yet, because as much as the rogue has targeted me in the past, I am still willing to work with them. So I don't want to burn that bridge just yet. I'm pretty sure I know who the rogue is.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, I don't want them to continue attacking me. I don't know what I should be saying, which is kind of my concern.
Just say it. And so that made me a little suspicious of Sean. Could Sean be the rogue? Could Sean end up putting himself in a campaign to throw us all off to make him think that he's not the rogue.
Weston reaches out to me, and we have our first one-on-one conversation. Hello.
Hello. It's been a day.
I just finished having a conversation where multiple people told me Weston was the reason I almost went home.
It was like you gave bad vibes. So that was what changed our vote that round, but he really threw you under the bus.
I have not heard your name at all.
Yeah.
So
I've heard 2 names and neither are you.
Good. Sean and I talk about being like kind of outcasts in the game. No one's been talking to me either, but I think it's probably because just death shrouds me right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, at least in my experience, I'm really struggling with this because I'm not a very outgoing person. So, like, I haven't really been initiating any skip calls. I don't know what it is in life, but I rub people the wrong way. And it's something I have had to deal with.
I honestly feel like a total asshole for ever pegging Sean to be who I thought he was. I got it totally wrong in the first round. He is not Oscar the Grouch at all. He just has that, like, stank face. And, like, he can work on that. We can get tweezers. I mean, word of advice, you do have, like, resting bitch face. Like...
Yeah.
That is one of those things, like, I just wanted to let you know you have that about you. Like, that was one of my first impressions about you, but, like, I can tell now that, like, that's not you.
He mentions that I have resting bitch face. He targeted me because of how I look. He targeted me because of my face. And for me, that is really personal. Okay, well, nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Sean, you're good with me in this round, right?
Likewise.
Cool.
This is my one and only face. I don't have control over this face, and I know this might be hard for you to understand, because unlike me, you have 2 faces.
How did you look throughout your name, Brian?
I'm honestly fine with either of the 2 people I heard just because I haven't spoke to them, but either one is fine with me.
Mostly Luke and Brian.
Luke said Brian. Well, actually, I don't even remember if Luke said Brian.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting. I feel a little bit of unease, but my overwhelming sense is that I can't make myself too nervous. I can't ruin this. I can't ruin this with emotions. I just have to kind of stay calm. Damn, we were in a chat with 8 people, so I'm hoping it wasn't someone from the crew. It's uncanny that people have heard that from the 5 people that weren't in our group call. It just seems like I might take a few bullets tonight.
At this point, I feel a bit bad for Luke. He had tried calling me at some point, and I was in other calls. I wasn't able to talk to him. So I decided it's a good opportunity to connect with him. One of the things I say kind of at the beginning is that I knew that his name had been thrown out there. And I was actually very surprised at his reaction because he had no idea.
The bomb drops. It's like... Oh, by the way, your name is coming up. And I instantly am on it.
I think you'll be okay tonight, but yeah, I'm not sure how the numbers will totally fall.
That's not really enough. I need to know it's not going to be me.
I had mentioned that Brian was the only other really real name I heard.
Screw it. I mean, anyone else want to get rid of Brian? Fuck it, he's gone. That's all I can do at this point. That's the only card I can play. Brian, sorry, I got nothing against you, but it seems like right now it's either you or it's me, so I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? Sorry.
Y'all are my people for real. Like, I'm so happy about this.
Let's all say a quick, please, whoever you believe in, that Henry and Jess are not out right now.
There's like a 50-50 shot that we're going to lose someone, and I really hope that they stay in the game and our alliance stays intact, but I'm definitely pretty worried.
Oh my god.
I'm like praying. Like, oh, that'd be such a bummer. I'm definitely rooting for Henry and Jess. I hope they stay in the game so we can keep working together.
You race to solve the puzzle, and your times are now locked. I have your results. Henry, you are safe.
I am very happy that I'm called safe. I'm the first one called safe, which I assume that means I had the best time, and that feels right to me.
Nathan, You are also safe.
Oh my goodness. It feels so good. Now I just need Sabrina to survive.
I really have enjoyed getting to know Sabrina, but I'm hopeful that she goes home because I just have a stronger working relationship with Jess.
Jess and Sabrina, it comes down to the two of you.
Fuck.
It's me or Sabrina.
I hope I don't go home.
Now I have a 50-50 shot of going home.
I'm praying to whatever god's out there that I just did a little bit better than Jess.
I'm just kind of holding my breath and waiting to hear what Anthony says.
And by a difference of 3 seconds, the person with the worst time and who will be eliminated from fight or flight is Jess. I'm sorry, Jess, but you have been eliminated from the game.
My heart just sinks. I can't believe that I made this choice for myself out of fear of going home. I have this certainty that if I hadn't chosen puzzle, I probably would have been safe. But I made this choice and now I need to live with it. I am so sad. But so it goes. I chose to fight. And I guess this is what happens. I'm devastated, but 3 seconds. Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, you all did a great job and I'll miss you. I wish I'd gotten to know y'all better. I'm very disappointed to have let myself down in this game. And I'm also disappointed to have let my alliance down because now one of us is gone. And that's making me feel a little bit sad and worried for them as well.
Jess, you put up a great fight, but it's time for you to flight.
Hi. It wasn't very long that I got to be in this game, but it was so much fun. Obviously, I am devastated that a puzzle was the thing that took me down in this game. I thought I was a good puzzler. I literally have a 1,000-piece puzzle sitting on my countertop right now that's almost done. But I guess so it goes sometimes. I also think it wasn't just the puzzle that took me down. It was a little bit of my own fear of putting myself back up for elimination in the future. I feel like I need to be a little more fearless about that and put myself out there a little more and know to trust my alliances a little more, because I feel like ultimately that was what wound up being my downfall in the game.
Jess should not have picked the puzzle. Man, I felt like we were in that boat together. It is what it is. Never got to know you, but I'm sure you were lovely. I hope you have a good one, but nice to know you for like 2 seconds, and I guess I'll see you later.
I know we didn't get to talk very much. I'm sorry that you are leaving the competition, but you were a strong competitor.
Jess, I love you so much. I know we probably only exchanged 5 to 10 words in this game, but I really did feel a good connection with you, and I was planning on moving forward in the game with you. Peace and love.
Congratulations, Sabrina, Henry, and Nathan on surviving the double elimination.
I think we're all just astounded at how close the puzzle challenge was. 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Oh, 3 seconds.
I'm clapping. I'm jumping up in the air. Sabrina's still here. It's a massive boost to my game.
I'm still like shaking with like stress.
My heart was like pounding. I was like, oh God, I didn't think
God.
I cared this much.
As sad as I am to see Jess go, I am excited to get to talk to these two and just really try and lock in a good vibe, a good energy.
Henry, I'm glad to finally get a chance to talk to you. So like,
Okay.
it's nice to meet you under this scenario. I
know. Coming into tonight, I was like, I haven't connected with Sabrina or Nathan.
Wow, what are the odds?
Moving forward, at the very least, next round, can we keep an eye out for each other?
Yes. Us three could be something moving forward. We could be the puzzle crew and try and protect each other, because we know we missed out on a lot of information this round. We have a lot of catching up to do, I think.
Yeah. At this point, we're all trauma bonded from this fucking puzzle.
Literally. I'm totally down for this, and hopefully we can do some damage together.
Welcome back, everyone. As you may have noticed, Jess was eliminated by the competition.
I am really sad. I wanted to play this game with Jess. Jess was in my alliance.
This is really not great for my game. I was hoping she would be here longer.
Now this is why I was agitated when they decided to do the challenge, because we needed their votes, 1, and 2, we did not need them to go home.
Those who chose to compete, you are just here to observe, so please refrain from talking. You may turn your cameras off now. We have now reached our second elimination of the night, so I just want to open up to all of you. Why did you choose to take part in the vote rather than play in the competition for safety?
I mean, immediately, just the low amount of people that were going for the puzzle, it made it a lot scarier to actually compete.
Yep.
Like a 1 in 3 chance of going home. I don't think anyone wants that.
Personally, I just don't consider myself good enough in puzzles to have, not be last. So it's just like I didn't want to risk it.
Some people were talking to me about the rogue selecting me to force me into this group. I think the rogue is coming after me is the only way I can interpret that. Thankfully, I think this was actually the better choice for me because I got to actually have more conversations with people, which in this game is what you need to survive.
Fill me in on the conversations you've been having. What names are being thrown out there? What goes into this decision now that you're all making this choice and in this group on who's going to go home tonight?
I have heard my name, and I don't know, like that like sense of dread that like builds up in the back of your head. It's like, okay, I'm really invested in this. Like I don't want to go home this early. Like I want to like enjoy at least a sizable portion of the game. So I don't know. You can't do much, but I guess just keep a stiff upper lip.
Yeah, I out of nowhere I started hearing my name get thrown around, and I'm thinking, what did I do? I felt like I was doing a good job. I would be so disappointed in myself if I got eliminated this early because I'm just so excited to meet new people and play. And I don't know, it seems like every time I do anything like this, I lose early. It's like, is this game just not for me? That's what I'm wondering.
I feel like it's like you don't have to do anything, especially this early. People are just looking for reasons and things to bandwagon on.
Yeah, it's not fun. The self-critical part in my head that is there all the time whenever I'm doing any kind of competition is going, maybe you're just not good at this game. Maybe this game isn't for you.
So it sounds like Brian and Luke's names may have been thrown out there. Any other names, or can I presume it will be one of the two of them tonight?
I just put it all out there for the 12 people that are voting that, hey, I would not be happy with myself if I got eliminated this early. Well, obviously it's early, so I can only really take people at their word with who I've talked to. But if you don't vote for me and keep me in, I will be ever grateful because I get so down on myself when I don't do any kind of competition, whether it's tennis, whether it's something like this. I am so self-critical, and I don't know, I just don't want to go into the next day thinking, or maybe this game just isn't for me. Maybe I'm just not good at it. That's really all I can do at this point. Just plead for my life, let people know, hey, I'm passionate, I want to play.
Clearly is here to play, and he's talking about how every time he plays games like this, he gets eliminated first, and I just want to message him and be like, it's because you're doing this. It's because you're like putting yourself in the spotlight. Like, I kind of want to be his mentor moving forward, telling him, like, don't talk. Keep the mute button on. You can do this.
If we can't make it, then this isn't the game for you, girl. It's time to pull out Monopoly, checkers, or something else, but it's not Fight or Flight Season 3.
I think no matter what goes on tonight, everyone here is good at the game. So I don't think anyone that goes home or doesn't go home should ever feel like that. One of us has to leave every round. And unfortunately, one of us here is going to leave tonight as well. Jess already left. She didn't want to leave as well. So it sucks. Someone has to leave every day, but that's the game we sign up for. So you're going home, Luke. Sorry.
Let's go to the vote. Please private message me your votes now. As a reminder, the rogue's vote will not count, nor will any votes cast against them.
I am voting for Luke.
I voted for Luke.
I vote for Luke.
I want to work with Brian and be a part of the numbers.
I just think that Luke is so out of it.
The man cannot keep his mouth shut. Like, zip it.
Gabby and I are making the decisions, and that's going to be Brian tonight.
I'm all in on Brian. I'm ready, and I just hope it doesn't come back to like bite me in the ass later.
If I call your name, please leave your camera on. Luke. Brian, Weston.
I am pissed off that I received votes. My great aunt just died. Like, don't kick a dog when he's down.
With his recent events, I don't get why somebody actually would have voted for Weston.
I vote for Weston. I just want to make sure if Luke is the rogue and all the votes get canceled out, I have to put at least one on somebody else. And I just figure Weston's name was already out there, so I might as well stick another knife in his back.
You were the 3 who received votes for elimination this round. Weston, you are safe. You can turn your video off now. Brian and Luke, it comes down to the 2 of you. And the person eliminated from Fight or Flight is... Brian. I'm sorry, Brian, but you have been eliminated.
What? I am shocked, appalled, angry, and upset.
I'm looking at Ivan and Mead in the chat, and they look really shook. They look really surprised. So it's like the first blindside of the season.
I was in so many conversations, so many long deliberations and chats and votes that I was so sure and so certain. What a shock.
Brian, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. Like, it was either me or you. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to.
It happens, man. It happens. I tried to get rid of Luke, and I saw how that got me service. Clever,
man.
It's been brief. It's been short. Sorry to everyone who's going to miss my presence. Hit me up on the socials, and this is a humbling moment. This is going to live forever as a time I really fucked up. So good on all of y'all. I can't wait to see what the vote was, and yeah, all right.
May I ask, Brian? I'm just curious now. Why me? What did I do?
I thought you were a social threat. I thought, you were very endearing to people, and I was like, let's get rid of him sooner rather than later. And people seemed to take your side more than they did mine. So,
well, Brian, I gotta say, whatever the vote spread was, you put up a hell of a fight there. I had no idea that you were the one who threw my name out, but good on you.
This is Brian's moment. Let him have it. You're taking. Oh God,
it's too much. He is like a motorboat. He can't stop. It's just like words are falling out of his mouth.
I mean, this is why we're gonna vote him off. This is exactly why we were voting him.
I honestly, you were not a person I was. I don't know.
I should have just done.
I'm thankful to the rest of you for keeping me in, and at this point, I'll just cede the rest to Brian. It's all yours.
Well, thank you. This has been an exit speech by Luke and Brian, and yeah, Anthony, just put this old dog to rest.
Great. Well, Brian, you put up a great fight, but it's time for you to flight.
It's disappointing that this got cut short so soon. Everyone try to be civil with each other and let each other play the damn game.
Brian, you were the first person to reach out to me. I felt indebted to you. You were my ride or die, and I meant that.
I thought we were gonna go far, so I'm disappointed.
I don't know who did this, but I'm gonna figure them out, and I'm gonna get their ass for you.
Well, I'm sorry it had to be this way. It was either you or me, and I just had to go with you.
Your name isn't Emily, so you had to leave eventually. I'm just sorry it was this soon.
I have an alliance with 6 other people, and you were threatening us a little bit with your little boy group. So I'm sorry you have to go. Pretty sure we matched on Hinge, so I didn't really want to deal with that. But have a good night. Have a good life, actually.
Brian, I'm so sorry that I had to be part of the reason that you went home. You genuinely were someone that I wanted to work with, but at the end of the day, you were more of a threat to me than anything.
Hopefully we can be friends outside of this. Good luck with everything, and wouldn't want to be you.
Congratulations, everyone, for surviving the first double elimination of this season. You have made it to the top 15.
Yay!
After the round, I immediately want to connect with my alliance and figure out what the hell happened in the campaign group.
God, what the fuck happened?
Okay, well, first and foremost, rest in peace, Jess. But secondly, we fucking did that! Nobody wanted to see Jess go, but we're all just so happy that our blindside worked.
No, guys, listen, I am so sorry that I missed the 5-minute pre-show thing. And I was like, fine, I'll get to talk to them whenever we deliberate for the vote. It'll be fine. I'll catch up with them. And then I don't get to talk to any of you. I'm sorry.
Henry, Mead and Ivan were so blindsided. Like Ivan's face was like, yeah. We totally controlled the vote this week with 2 members of our alliance missing. So I have a lot of confidence in us. And as long as everyone stays loyal to this alliance, I think we could do a lot of damage in this game.
Wait, so you all voted for Brian?
Yeah.
And then who else?
I'm pretty sure that Emily probably voted with us.
Okay.
Luke
Luke definitely
voted
voted with us, I think.
They start filling me in, but I know I'm still at an information deficit, so I really am going to need to play catch up next round and get right on track with everybody else.
We had decided that it probably was better to get Brian out because he was running that other side, and Luke, we can start whenever. I'm just hoping that the 6 of us can continue on with our alliance and serve up some more blindsides moving forward.
I'll go check in on the other call and just try and get intel, but this is my core. This is the people I want to work with.
I like.
We kind of agreed on a name, but then we lost a member.
Wait, guys, should we just name it Jess?
Remember or change the name?
Should we name it Jess?
Should we just name it Jess?
The Jess before.
I love that.
Obviously, we are really sad that Jess left the game, and so in honor of Jess, we are renaming our alliance from, I forget what we named it before, to Jess Forever.
Hashtag it. It is what it is. Whatever you got to do. But we are now doing everything we do in this game in memorial of Jess.
Jess who? Are we really going to be Jess forever? I am not calling this alliance that, and for me it's the 7 Wonders, and they just need to get on board with it.
I thought before this game started that if I stayed my bubbly, energetic, jokey self, that people would be drawn to that, and that they'd want to keep me around. But as, it just became obvious that just because you're really friendly doesn't mean you can't still be a threat in some people's eyes.
I'm glad to see you not go. It sounds like you guys all on the flip side had an interesting time.
Moving forward, I think I should really take Brian's words to heart, because he made a good point. Brian was bringing it up that I was talking a lot, so that I could have been a social threat, and so I will try and curb that from now, but I'm just naturally giddy.
So we love a self-aware man. He knows, he talks a lot, he knows, he cuts in, and we'll see how he handles that going forward.
I am anything if not adaptable, and I'm going to do my best to adapt.
I feel like we just got blindsided, and
TJ left. I voted for Luke.
I did too. And then left. I voted for Luke as well. Is it the rogue, or did we get blindsided? Emily joined the call. Emily, did we get blindsided, or is it the rogue?
There was a lot of talk about Brian.
Oh, that's
wild.
That did not get to me. Emily is not holding back. She's gonna spill all the tea, and I'm gonna drink it.
I liked both a lot, which is why I'm gonna say this. Bryce was the one who masterminded the Brian vote.
Surprise, surprise! Bryce orchestrated the whole thing.
If I can maintain my anonymity and keep low-key that I was also part of this blind side, but pin the blind side on someone else, then I can curry favor. I can sort of win over, really establish these connections with Mead and Ivan that I really want.
Just Bryce.
He met with me one-on-one.
Wow.
At the very end, and was like, who would you rather send home?
Bryce brought us into a group chat. Me and Brian's like, I really want to play the game with you guys.
You are 2 people that I really saw myself working with.
It's 3. Let's take this as far as we can.
Dude.
I'm with it.
He's a snake to be guarded.
Wow.
Mead is spiraling. The poor thing is probably not on the verge of tears, but not,
They said nothing. They were just gathering intel, and we just gave it to them for nothing.
I'm letting them know someone in this crew is not as they appear. Someone is a little shady, and it's me, but it's mostly Bryce. He literally talked to me. The way he opened it is he was like, Listen, in the crew, you were originally invited. No one wanted you there. It was all men, and then we decided we needed one or two votes. I'm trying to work on them so they know I'm someone you can trust. Bryce is someone who you cannot trust. And I think I've gotten that point across.
Bryce is dangerous.
Yeah, just guess who pops on? Yeah. How are you doing?
Bryce, did we get blindsided or was it?
Yes. Like, did you see my fucking face? Like, what? I'm lying my ass off to Ivan and Mead. I'm putting on a show. Put me on Broadway. Yeah, the Rogue cannot cast a vote. That's what they said last round. So it could have been 12 votes. So if someone that said they were going to vote with us was the Rogue, you know, like, that could have flipped how things went. It definitely was an awkward moment, and I don't know if they saw through it.
No, bitch, we know it was you.
Trash. Got it. Trash.
That's foolish. That is foolish.
But I think we had like 8 votes, right?
Yeah, we had such a big majority.
I mean,
yeah,
we had a big majority. You know? Like...
At least we're not alone in the wrong side of the vote. 6 of us on the wrong side of the vote. Isn't that amazing? 6 of us out of 12 votes. I see Bryce for who he is. He's not fooling me. He's not. I cannot trust that guy as far as I can throw him. And look how small I am.
Going into this post-round discussion, I need to catch up with my power squad. We're all good. I made a very stupid decision that I'm like...
I was surprised to see you chose the puzzle. I mean, I'm glad you made it through. Nathan was maybe regretting a little bit being so quick to jump onto the puzzle side. I didn't quite think through the odds. Yeah.
I'm just glad we're all here, so...
Yeah.
We're talking. I'm getting a lot of information. Seems like it's going well. I feel like we have a good rapport. And then Sean enters.
I don't feel the need to target either of you. Because I think there's so many twists. Like
Oh yeah. No, you guys are good in my book. I'm not gonna target you guys. I'm gonna try to protect you guys. I don't see any value in, you know, us going after each other. Like, we're still good. I will say, Sean, I was just saying to Nathan, I think that my guess is that you might have received the 8 votes last time, because that's probably why the Rogue targeted you and threw you into a social competition, thinking you wouldn't do well.
I am kind of surprised she's put so much thought into what the Rogue has been deciding.
Just keep that in mind and definitely try to, like...
I heard from a lot of people that Weston was throwing out my name.
That's what I heard too, that Weston was really gunning for you.
Sarah Beth, you are the only person who has a interest to keep me away from doing a puzzle to save myself. You are one of the 2 people, along with Nathan, to have a need to eliminate me this early. And so you make sense to be the person who is the Rogue.
Ooh, who is the Rogue? You know, I wish I could say for sure that I knew who the Rogue was at this point in the game.
I had thoughts on it being Luke simply because the vote went the way that it did, and I just figured, well, maybe the vote didn't get turned around on me, and maybe it was just a twist.
There is a part of me that wonders if maybe one of the people who had a lot of votes night 1 could be the Rogue. I'm thinking maybe Nathan or Sean. They were so under the radar.
People had thought it was Weston, and Weston would be a good candidate because Weston has introduced a little chaos into the normalcy of the game.
Ultimately, I wish I knew. I wish I'd had more time to find out who the Rogue was, because I really did want to find out.
Don't miss any of the action. Follow us on social media, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.